Hey guys, it's Christelle. So today I thought I would do a story time / get ready with me on how I found out my ex-boyfriend cheated on me with the girl I was worried about. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm just gonna put my hair up first because I can get it out of my face. I don't want any makeup going in there. Wow. I look like a egg. Okay, so we're just gonna get started on the story. I wrote some pointers down because there's a lot of shit that happened. I just want to make sure that I touch base on all of that. So, started with the characters. So we're gonna name my ex Tomato because I don't like tomatoes. We're gonna name the girl Ashley, and the other friend who's involved, we'll name him Henry, just for privacy reasons. Alright, how does this start? Well, we'll just start with a backstory. So me and this guy, we dated for 4 years, which is a long ass time if you think about it. That was basically like all of high school, so like grade 9 to grade 12 I was with this guy. The girl Ashley was friends with Henry, so that made her friends with Tomato because Henry and Tomato were like best friends because they've been friends for like minimum 7 years. And Henry had like the biggest crush on Ashley. Tomato knew about that. Like, me and Tomato like would try and get Ashley and Henry together, and they dated for like a week, and then like that didn't work out. So we tried to get them together, and then Tomato knew that Ashley and Henry, well, Henry had a huge crush on Ashley, and the bro code, you know, if your like best friend, who's a guy, has a girl that he likes, like, don't fuck with that. That's his girl, okay? You don't try and get with the girl. This happened of January, February of 2018, so pretty recent. So I sort of sensed that something was off with my ex, Tomato. You know when you just have that feeling, you're like, okay, this guy is fucking lying to me. I sensed that, so I brought it up. I was like, hey, like, is anything going on between you and Ashley? And he's like, no, like, I love you, like, I wouldn't do that, like, I love you so much, blah, 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 all that bullshit. So I believed him because I don't have any proof. Like, I just have a feeling. There's no proof though, so I can't really accuse him of anything. God, this is fucking gross. So I was just like, okay, I believe you, blah blah blah. I went on with my life. Keep in mind, like, Henry and Ashley are like super close. Like, they're best friends. And I'm dating Tomato. Henry and Tomato are BFFs, Ashley and Henry are BFFs, and everyone knows everyone. It's just like a whole friend group. We're all friends, sort of. I mean, I'm not that close with Ashley, but I've hung out with her a couple times to know shit about her. Days go by, blah 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 blah, and I still keep having this feeling. Like, I'm like, there's something this boy ain't telling me, and I know when something is wrong. Like, I can feel it. Don't fucking lie to me. I know you're lying. I know you're lying. Don't fucking lie. So we had to go to this dinner for, I forgot whose birthday was. Someone's birthday was at this weird bar and grill or whatever. Tomato tells me that Ashley's coming, and I'm like, oh, I don't really want to see Ashley because I don't trust her. Because I didn't want to blame anything on Tomato. Like, I would rather hate the girl than hate him, if that makes sense, which is totally stupid because it's both of their faults, but I just blamed it on Ashley because I didn't want to hate Tomato because I loved him. He was my boyfriend. So anyways, we go to this place, and I'm like, I don't really want to see Ashley. So whenever I like have to be in a situation where I don't like someone or I'm uncomfortable, I just like freeze up. I don't talk. Like, I'm in the worst mood. I'm literally
Like, don't talk to me.
So I'm just being an asshole. Like, I'm so moody, just not having a good time because I don't want to have a good time because Ashley's here and I don't trust that. So we all get there. Henry, Ashley, Tomato, a bunch of other people are all there. I'm there. We sit down, order some food, whatever. I'm sitting beside, so it's like a round table sort of. So there's like people all around, and then I'm here. Tomato's right beside me, and then there's a couple people, and then there's Ashley, and then I think Henry is right here. So Ashley and Henry, and then me and Tomato. So like Tomato and Ashley can like see each other from across the table, and I'm like constantly looking at where sounds really fucking psycho, but I'm constantly looking where Tomato's eyes are looking because I'm like I don't trust you, like I don't know, I think you're lying to me. So I look at his eyes and like he's constantly on Ashley, like I can see him like looking at her like occasionally. He was looking at her in a way that he didn't look at me in a really long time. So I noticed that and I'm like, I feel like shit. He looks at her differently than he looks at me, in a bad way. Like he would look at her like it was the first time he saw seeing me at the beginning of the relationship when it was raw and it was good and it was like starting out and there's so much feelings, like that's what he would look at her as. And I picked up on that because he used to look at me like that. So I knew what that feeling was and I knew what he meant by that. I noticed that and I was like, my heart was just like, oh, like I could feel myself getting worked up. Like I was just like gone. I was not present anymore. I left that earth. I was just trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. I cannot handle those situations. I just don't talk. Just goes completely silent. So anyways, oh, I forgot something. Before we got in the bar, I asked Tomato, I was like, yo, is anything going on between you and Ashley? Like, let me know, because I kind of want to know, because I don't really want to waste my time. And he's like,
no, like, stop being so, like, freaking untrustworthy. Why don't you trust me?
And, like, going off. I'm like, yo. And then he does this at the freaking restaurant. Like, are you kidding me? You little... We go home. I don't remember if I go back to his house or whatever. Honestly, that night's kind of like out of my brain. I only remember like that part. So that happens. I'm just gonna like say like little events and then I'll lead up to like the big thing of how I found out, what happened after, how I confronted him. I wrote down some little key events that all led up to this and how I found out. So the next one isn't really like, oh, caught you. It's more of like what I found out. So I was sitting in Tomato's car and we were just talking and Tomato looks at me and he goes,
I have to tell you this, and I know you're gonna be mad, but I don't want you to think anything of it, like nothing happened. I just don't want you to get the wrong idea.
And he looks at me and he goes,
Ashley slept over the other night.
so what? What? Excuse me? No thank you. So I'm like, you don't expect me to like get mad at that? Like, what do you expect me to do? Just take that in and be like,
okay, that's fine, like, yeah, go ahead, like, have sleepovers with other people, that's perfectly fine.
Especially since I know something's going on and you won't tell me. So I'm like, okay, trying to like not just scream. I'm just like, okay, because I don't like, first of all, I'm not good at telling people how I really feel. If something's upsetting me, like I won't be like,
what the hell, like blah blah blah,
like getting all mad. I'll just be like, I don't really understand why you did that. I'll just get like all sus and all silent and just be like, but I won't really express it. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, like don't be mad. I know what Henry likes Ashley, like we're best friends. I would never go after Henry's girl, like why would I do that?
I'm like, okay.
Sure, dude.
So I find that out and I'm like, and it actually turns out that, well, I don't know if this is true or not because a lot of it was a lie, but Henry actually tells me that Ashley slept over because she didn't want to go home because she was drunk and she didn't want to see her parents while she was drunk. But Henry offered her a ride home. Why wouldn't you just go home then? Like, Henry will drive you home. Nope, she had to stay over, so that was great. Oh, also, side note, a bunch of my other friends were at Tomato's house. I wasn't invited to this, like, I don't even know what the fuck it was. So a bunch of Tomato's friends and my friends, like, we had joined friends because Tomato had a bunch of friends and then we all kind of intertwined, like a big friend group. Tomato and I's friends were like at Tomato's house while this was happening, and one of them, we'll call him Celery. Celery, I was really close with. We still are really close. He knew that this was happening and he didn't tell me. Okay, where are my real friends at? Like, if I knew something was up, I would tell my friend. Like, I'd be like, yo, like, do you know that your boyfriend has this girl over and she's sleeping over? Like, I would tell them. Like, isn't that a good thing to do? Like, I don't know if that's wrong. I would tell them. And I asked Seller, I'm like, why didn't you tell me? He's like, oh, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Like, I didn't want to get in the way. I'm like, you're hurting my feelings by not telling me. Like, please tell me next time. So anyways, there was that happened. And a lot of my friends were not really present, I guess. They didn't really tell me what was going on. After I found out, like, they were there for me, but they didn't really tell me stuff. I don't know if Celery knew more stuff or if Henry knew anything during the process. Again, they didn't tell me, so I'm not sure. So I guess we'll move on to figuring out how I found out the stuff that came afterwards and all the craziness. I'm just gonna finish my eyebrows off camera because they take forever and we're not even like one step in the makeup routine, so I'm just gonna do that and I'll be right back and continue the story. Alright, so I just finished my eyebrows off camera and I just primed my lids as well because I'm just gonna be using some eyeshadow. So as we do that, I will finish the rest of the story for you guys. This part's great. This is a real killer. This is where I go a little psycho. So I wasn't getting answers from Tomato. Was I even getting the truth?
No.
I needed to figure this out on my own because no one was telling me anything. Tomato was no help. I knew that something was going on, but no one would tell me. So I had to take matters into my own hands. Went a little psycho. I managed to get on his Facebook and I read some of his Facebook messages. I know this is like wrong. This is like bad. Kind of psycho, low-key psycho, high-key psycho. So I got on his Facebook and I went to the conversation between him and Ashley, and lo and behold, there's the truth, what I was looking for. And I was at home, my parents were home, everyone was home when I figured this out. I was sitting back there on my bed and I had the laptop on my lap, reading the messages. My heart was racing. I was like shocked. I knew it was happening, but I didn't want to be right. I didn't want to find it. I didn't want to find it that way. So I get on my phone and I text Henry. I'm like, hey, like, I really need to talk to you. I can't do this right now. Like, I really don't feel good. I need to tell you what's happening. I feel like I'm gonna do something bad. I just need someone right now. I call Henry, bawling. You know when you like hard cry, you can't really breathe, you're just like hyperventilating. And I'm like, hey, like, I just found out, like, it's true, like, it's all true, like, blah, 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 like, going on a tangent, ranting. And then Henry tells me, he's like,
I'm here with Ashley right now.
Huh?
Okay. And he's like, do you want to talk to her? Like, I can put you on speaker. And I'm like, okay, yeah, put this bitch on the phone for me. Like, I want to have a word with her. So I get on the phone. So I'm like, why did you do that? Like, what is going on? Like, why would you do this? Like, are you kidding me? And she's like,
I'm so sorry, like, I didn't think it would happen, like, I didn't mean for it to happen, like, Tomato's an asshole.
Going on, and I'm like, okay, first of all, honey, take a step back. You didn't mean for this to happen? Why would you go for someone else's man? Like, what did you expect was gonna happen? And she's like all butthurt about it too. Like, no, you're not allowed to be butthurt. Don't go for someone's man who's in a relationship. That, what do you think the end goal is gonna be? Like, what do you think's gonna happen out of that? I honestly don't know what her train of thought was. I'm lost. I still don't know to this day what she was thinking. And so that phone call ends and I'm like, okay, I need to talk to Tomato. And Tomato's at work when this is happening, so I phone him and I leave him a voicemail. I'm like, hey, I'm like holding back tears. I'm like,
Hey, I just figured something out, so if you could call me when you're done work, that'd be great.
so I hang up. He texts me, he's like, yo, what's going on? Like, why did you phone me? And then I'm just like, just listen to the voicemail. So he texts me, he's like, oh no. And I'm like, yeah. So he's caught, he's busted, pissed, I'm sad, I'm upset, I'm just everything at once. And so later on that night, we talk. He ends up coming over to my house just to talk. And I sit in his car and we like bawl our eyes out. Why are you crying? You did this to both of us. He's like,
I'm so sorry, like I didn't mean for it to happen. Like I'm a sociopath, like I don't have any feelings, like I don't feel when it's wrong.
you're hurting someone else. You're hurting your girlfriend of 4 years. You hurt Ashley and you hurt Henry. You hurt all of us because of one decision that you made. So we talk, we cry, and then he's like, I'm so sorry, like, and I'm like, I'm vulnerable. I'm so vulnerable, and I'm just like upset. I'm still in shock. Like, I don't know what just happened. I'm like, oh, it's okay, we can work on it. Like, I still want to be with you.
Honey.
So he goes home, and the next couple days are rough. I also find out that Ashley and Tomato were planning to hang out that Friday, and they were gonna figure out their feelings for each other. So on that Friday, they were gonna hang out, and if they liked each other, then he would have broke up with me and went with her. I just keep finding out new information as days go by. Like, I'm still like in shock. I haven't processed anything. I'm just like,
Alright.
I remember one day, Henry and I were hanging out. This was like at least a week after, probably less than that, after I find out. So, me and Henry, we go to McDonald's because that's where Henry worked. And I meet him there because I don't have anyone at this point. And I don't know what to do. I'm scared if I leave myself alone, I'll just get stuck in my head and just make myself worse. So I had to keep myself busy. I meet Henry at McDonald's and we're sitting at the little table, and Ashley comes walking in, and she comes to the table, and she comes up to her table and she's like,
are you guys okay?
and Henry just turns to her and he's like, we just need some time to ourselves right now. And she's like, okay. And then she goes to work because they all work at McDonald's. Obviously, we're not okay. We're actually bawling our eyes out at McDonald's at the table. Like, does that look like we're okay to you? Like, after everything that just happened, why would you even ask that?
Like, are you okay?
And meanwhile, while Henry and I and Celery are all hanging out, Tomato and Ashley are together. Like, together, not officially, but they're doing stuff together, you know. I'm still, like, low-key open to having Tomato back for some stupid-ass reason. Dumbass past self was thinking, but no. I remember one time at work, was on my break, and Tomato messages me, he's like,
Yo, like, I can't be with you, like, I'm hurting you so much, I don't want to do this anymore.
So he just, like, breaks up with me. You're breaking up with me? Okay. Fast forward, Tomato and I were planning to hang out just to talk. Is also a
Bad idea.
Tomato texts me, he's like,
I can't wait to see you. I'm always so excited to see you.
what are you talking about? You literally just broke up with me. You're with another girl. What the f are you talking about? No, I'm still vulnerable, like, I believed him. My dumbass believed him. Moving on to, like, the aftermath, Tomato and I still kind of kept in contact. I would just tell him how shitty I felt all the time because of him, and he would literally tell me, he would text me this, he'd be like,
You know what, Christelle? You need to get over yourself. Like, you need to learn to love yourself first before you love someone else.
okay, it's been like a week and you're telling me to get over this. What do you expect me to do? I need more than a week to get over this shit that you did to me. Moving on from, like, after all this, one day Tomato reached out to me. He's like,
I don't think we're gonna be separated for much longer.
And this got me excited because I'm like, oh my god, he wants to get back together. Even after all the shit he pulled on me, because
That shit hurted.
we ended up getting back together because my dumbass. So we dated for, I think we got back together like end of February, and then we dated all until August of last year because I broke up with him then because I couldn't trust him anymore, and every time that he would hang out with a girl I would just get really sus and like uneasy about it. I didn't really want him hanging out with other girls, and that was hurting him and it was also hurting myself. So I'm like, no, this is too toxic, I can't deal with this anymore. So a lot of shit happened. I'm pretty sure after I'm done filming this and I'm editing it, I'm gonna leave a lot of stuff out, but I tried to touch base on most of the points that happened. And to be quite honest, I kind of cut a lot of it out of my memory because I don't really want to be reminded of that. But I'm also, on the flip side, I'm sort of happy that it happened because it definitely made me stronger as a person. I definitely learned from my mistakes. I know not to let myself put up with that bullshit anymore. That's about it, honestly. That's the story of Tomato, my ex-boyfriend who cheated on me with the girl I was worried about in the first place. And I'm not even halfway done my makeup routine. I'm still on my eyes, I still have to do my face, but the story's already long as fuck, so I thought I would just, you know, I'll come back and do an outro when I'm all done, but that's the end of the story, basically. Alright, I'm back. This is the final look. I didn't do my hair or get dressed or anything, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Leave some requests down below. I can do a makeup tutorial of this whole look, like in depth, because I didn't really say what I was using in this video. I can do another story time. I have some Tinder date story times I can post for you. I can do a video of me reading the messages that my ex sent me when we broke up. Just let me know what you guys want to see from me, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching again. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, turn the notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!